Hey kiddos. So today we are practicing APE MAN. So I'm going to do a couple of examples on each of these slides for you so you know exactly how you should be setting it up. All right, so on this first slide, we've got 6 problems. And here we have, I'm just going to do the first one for you. So remember APE MAN, we're using that acronym to help us remember how to find the number of protons, electrons, and neutrons in our element. So this first element here is sodium. And remember, if we take a look at the box of sodium, the smaller number will always be the atomic number. And then the larger number will always be the atomic mass. Okay, so M is going to be the larger, and then A is going to be the smaller. Now, for our purposes today, we are going to round the atomic mass. So we're going to just round that up to make our math a little bit easier. But just know that when you see the mass on the periodic table in these boxes, what it is the average mass of all the isotopes of that element. So when you see the 0.22.99, that's an average of all the isotopes that exist. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill this in. So A is going to be for my atomic number. So for sodium, that's going to be 11. So it's always going to be the smallest number in the box. So my A is going to be 11. Now remember, right now we're talking about neutral atoms. So A is going to be equal to P is going to be equal to E. So our atomic number is going to be equal to our protons. So I'll go ahead and put that in for my P. And it's also going to be equal to our electrons. Okay, so for our purposes today, it's really easy. APE is going to be all the same numbers. So A is equal to P is equal to E. Okay, now we have to calculate our neutrons, right? So here we need our mass. So remember, the M is for mass. And like I said, we are going to round to the highest, or the closest whole number, I should say, not necessarily the highest, the closest whole number. So 22.99, of course, is going to round to 23. All right, and then remember M minus A, so mass minus our atomic number, which is 11, is going to give us our neutrons, okay? So 23 minus 11 is 12, okay? So that means in this particular atom of sodium, we're going to have 11 protons, 11 electrons, and then 12 neutrons. Remember, the protons and the neutrons should add up to the atomic mass. Okay, so 11 plus 12 will give us 23, right? And that's APE MAN, right? A is equal to P is equal to E. M minus A is equal to N. So atomic number is equal to protons is equal to electrons. The atomic mass minus the atomic number is equal to the neutrons, okay? So use that example to help you do the other ones on this slide. On slide 2, we have similar thing. It's just this time we're going to add the nuclide symbol and then also our isotope symbol as well. So there's an example already done for you, but I'm going to do the second example. Now here you are going to need a periodic table. So I have one linked for you. Of course, it's just P table. So here we need to be able to identify our element. So it doesn't tell us what the element is here, so we have to identify it. Remember, the atomic number tells you the identity of the element. So we have to go to the periodic table and we have to find the element that has the atomic number 3, right? So let's take a look. Remember, our elements are in order of increasing atomic number. So it starts at 1 and then it goes all the way up to our highest number on the table. So I'm looking for 3. So 1, 2, 3. So this is going to be lithium, all right? So lithium is going to be my element. Again, I know that because atomic numbers are unique to the element. We use the atomic number to help us identify the element. So here, I know it's going to be lithium. So I'm going to go ahead and write that. I don't know what the isotope number is going to be yet, so I'm just going to leave that for now. So then let's take a look at what we can fill in. So we have the number of protons. We have the number of neutrons. We need the number of electrons. And remember, APE MAN. So A is equal to P is equal to E. So our atomic number is 3. Our protons are 3. And our electrons will also be 3. Okay? Now, our mass number, remember the mass is the neutrons plus the electrons, okay? So neutrons plus protons. Remember, electrons don't have mass. 4 plus 3 is going to be 7, Okay, so mass number is equal to P plus N, because remember, protons and neutrons each have a mass of 1 AMU, so you just add them together to get the total mass of the element, okay? So that's our mass number, and remember with our isotope symbol, we're just going to add the mass number after the name of the element. So this would be lithium 7. So this is telling us this is a lithium atom with an atomic mass of 7. Okay, so that's our isotope symbol. Now for our nuclide symbol, we are going to put our mass on the top and then of course our atomic number on the bottom. So this is where this can get a little bit tricky, because on your periodic table, typically it's flipped, right? So your atomic number is on the top and then your mass is on the bottom. With the nuclide symbol, it's the opposite. You just have to remember the larger number is always the mass and the smaller number is always the atomic number, okay? So our atomic mass here was 7. We determined that by adding our protons and neutrons. And then our atomic number is 3 because it's lithium, okay? So we have that, and then I'm just going to increase my cursor here, be a little bit bigger. And then next to it, we just need to have our symbol for lithium, which is capital L, lowercase I. And then I'm going to move this over just a little bit. Okay, so that's not perfect formatting, which is okay. As long as you have the larger number on the top and the smaller on the bottom, I'll know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, so that is how you fill in these questions, right? So there's just a couple things to pay attention to. Make sure you are using your APE man. So A is equal to P is equal to E, atomic number equals protons equals electrons, and then the mass minus the atomic number will give you your neutrons, okay? If you follow these examples, you should be A-okay, because you know, you have the formula that you need to calculate everything in this table. Of course, if you have questions, let me know, and if not, I will see you guys in your next lesson.